Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Bhaktva manusandadhami Bhagavad-gite Bhavatveshini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayantiyam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Vashyantiyam Yoginaha Yasyantanna Vidussura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So we'll see the background first before chanting. So, with the blessings of Pujya Swamiji and all our Acharyas, we are beginning the study of chapter 11, Ekadashodhyaya, today. And we pray that our study is without any obstacles, and sometimes we'll have the small obstacles like this, but I'm sure they will all be taken care of. So, 11th chapter, it is called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So this word yoga, we've said it many times, we don't mind repeating it again, because there's the word yoga has many meanings. And so here in these chapter titles, it has the meaning, only one meaning, which is topic. So the title of this chapter has the topic of Vishwarupa Darshana, and therefore the title is called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. What about third chapter, Karma Yoga? But when we talk about Karma Yoga, that yoga is a discipline. Lokesmin Vividha Nishta Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhyana Karma Yogena Yogina. There the yoga is not topic. There yoga means it's a discipline, it's a lifestyle. It's a committed pursuit. There yoga. Yeah, true. In that shloka number 3, correct. It means that. But the chapter title is also called Karma Yoga. There also the word yoga means topic, not Karma Yoga as used by Krishna in the third shloka. The topic of karma, the third chapter, whose title or whose topic, which has the title of Karma Yoga, which means whose content is karma. Understood now? So the word yoga has different meanings. So keep that in mind. So it's a common mistake we see. It's all messed up. People will say whatever they want. And so we just have to be a bit alert there. So it's a series of chapters. And therefore yoga. So like you have Paramarthanandaji says, you have episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 of one serial, one serial, many episodes. That's why it's called a serial, I suppose. And so like that, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, like that it goes. So we are in that 11th topic. Vishwarupa Darshan. Vishwam Rupaha Yasya Saha. Means what? The vision of Ishvara, Bhagavan, whose form is the world, whose form is Vishwam. Vishwam Rupaha or Rupam Akaraha. जिसका आकार विश्व है वह विश्व रूप है हिंदी में उसका दर्शन जहां मिलने वाला है उस अध्याय का नाम है विश्वरूप दर्शन योगा. Okay, something like that we should say. So this is very interesting because so far we've talked about many topics, but this darshanam is a very important thing in our culture. Darshan. Some people get darshan of God. God comes in front of them. So, very important thing it is. And so, Shabari got the darshan of Rama. And like this, we have many, many names are going until today. Today also you will see that. Devi darshan. And they become worshipful, obviously, because if somebody has darshan of Bhagavan, then they become as like God, as it were. Okay. Now, we have to understand this a little bit. So, in our Shastram, it is mentioned, okay, how to get a darshanam of a particular devata. Rama darshanam, Krishna darshanam, Devi darshanam, Chamundi darshanam, Kanika Parameshwari darshanam, Kali darshanam. All these things, there are ways to get that darshan. All of them require the person, the devotee, to visualize Kali Devata, to visualize Ganapati, okay, or Vishnu. And the way to visualize that also we know, actually speaking, we have been chanting all along. Okay, they are called Dhyana Shloka. So whenever we chant Vishnu Sahasranam, there is a Dhyana Shloka which is pretty big actually, comparatively. Okay, so Shuklam Mahadaram Vishnum Shachivaranam Chaturbhujam and all we chant. But then that Dhyana Shloka, it is called what? It is called Dhyana Shloka. Means what? While chanting, we are supposed to understand the meaning of the words. We should have understood the meaning of the words before coming to chant. Then, having understood the meaning, you are supposed to close the eyes and then just chant it and visualize. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. Shantakaram. So Bhujaga Shayanam. This Vishnu, you have to imagine Vishnu sleeping on this Bhujaga, on this Ananta, the snake serpent called Ananta. And here he is sleeping, you have to imagine. We've seen many pictures, so you can imagine. And then the Hydra-headed snake is there, powerful. And that shows Vishnu is in control of everything. If you can be fearless in front of a snake, that means what? That means you are free. There is no fear. That is the Artha. There is no fear. Fear is gone. So, Vishnu has nothing to fear. So, Shantakaram, therefore, Bhujaga Shayanam. If I am Bhujaga Shayanam, I won't be Shantakaram, correct? So that is the meaning there. That's why Shantakaram is very important there. Shantakaram Bhujagashan, Shanta. So a form which is blessing all of us, because Shanta. Padmanabham, Suresham, etc. I don't have to go to the meaning, but that whole visualization. The navel, there is a lotus on the navel, Brahmaji on the lotus, and then Lakshmi is there watching everything. Okay, all that has to be visualized through this dhyana shlokas. Then, if I do that, this is tapas. This is tapas. How many of us have really done it? Shantakaram, Bhujagashanam, Padmanabham, Suresham, Lakshmikantam, Kamalanam, Yogi Vidyanagam. Yogi Vidyanagam. We don't even know how to pronounce that word. Yogi just goes fast like that. And everybody is going along, so we also go on. No, that is not the purpose of that. This dhyanam is needed, and then Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkara. Then it is, that word is supposed to give us what it has. It's pregnant with meaning, and then the power of that meaning we get. That is how it is. That's why this number and all that is somewhat, how many times you do this, how fast you do it. All these things, you have to make an attempt to de-emphasize that, de-emphasize. So these are all tricks. These are all things we have to bring into our lives. So this Dhyana Shloka is there. When a sthapati means what? The person who constructs the murti in a temple. Okay, they're all coming, traditionally they do this. So Ganapati Murti, Dakshina Murti. That the sthapati is supposed to have done this tapas. Dhyana Shloka is meant for that sthapati. Okay. Vish Chitram Vatataro Mole Vriddha Shishya Guru Yuva. So he has to imagine Chitram Vatataro Mole. This Vata, because he's going to carve out this Vatataru, this particular tree. That is one particular tree. He has to imagine that tree. Religiosa, ficus religiosa. So alamaram, vatamaram, etc. All these things are there. Arasamaram. And so that tree, Chitram Vatataro Mole, in the root of the tree, means under the tree, Vriddha Shishya Guru Yuva. Then what? Shishya, Vriddha Shishya Guru. There is a Guru sitting under the tree, and Shishyas are also sitting. Guru Yuva. Guru is a very young man, very young. But the students are all very old, it seems. So he has to imagine it, because he's going to replicate it by carving a piece of stone. Just imagine just you have to even imagine what state of mind he is in, or she is in. Okay. Because every detail he has to show. He has to show the four Shishyas with beard. How he is going to show? This is our tradition, how it comes. Look at that. Gurostu maunam vyakhyanam shishyastu chinna samshaya. And he has to show this also. Vyakhyanam maunam. So he's actually talking, but he's not talking. He's actually lecturing. He's actually giving jnana yajna, but then he's not talking also. So you can't keep the mouth open. Means it gives the impression of talking, but maunam vyakhyanam. So eyes have to be open also. So all that. So like this, for every devata, there are dhyana shlokas. Shastram says, if you meditate on this dhyana shloka, if you meditate on the devata through the dhyana shloka, then devata sakshatkaram will happen. Correct? Devata sakshatkaram will happen. No, it's obvious. It's obvious. It will happen. And so, because we have the tradition, and then not only that, then some mantra has to be taken for the sakshat. Just dhyana shloka visualization is not enough. There is something called Purascharan. Om Namah Shivaya. Purascharan. Namah Shivaya. Panchaksharam. Panchaksharam. So, Panchalaksham. So, Akshara Laksham. Akshara Laksham means what? Number of letters there are in this mantra. multiply it by 5, that many times one has to chant it. Or for better effect, Akshara Koti, 10 million times, multiplied by 10 million, and then chant. Oh, if it is longer mantra, maybe I have to chant fewer times? No. Longer mantra, also same number you have to multiply. The same number, sorry, Gahe. Chamunda Yai Namaha. Chamunda Yai Namaha. So that is 6. 6 times lakh or 6 crores. That many times you have to chant. Then Gayatri, you don't have to ask. 24 lakhs times we have to chant. Okay. Chanting 108 times takes, properly chanting will take 10 minutes. Give or take a few minutes. Okay. So you can imagine how long somebody who is committed to this Nishtha, Japa Nishtha, will take. So when we do that, so it's like that for Vishnu, Ganapati and all, and that person has to do, it's called Purascharan. So Purascharanam has to be done. And then the phalam is granted. The phalam is granted. What is the phalam? Devata Darshanam. Devata Sakshatkaram is to grant. How is it granted? It is not simply visualizing Krishna. I can also visualize Krishna. Any of us can visualize Rama. Not that kind of visualization. Rama appears. Rama appears. Ganapati appears. That is what Shastra says. And so this is called darshan, Ishvara darshan, sakshatkar. And so it's very prized in our culture. It's so important. And I suppose in other cultures also it must be there. And so this is what happens. This is what Prahlada got when he did tapas. Okay. This is what Narada taught Prahlada. Okay. Narada taught Dhruva. All these people, Dhruva, Prahlada also, even though in the stories occasionally we see that. Most of the time he's fighting with his father and his guru. So, but he was doing this also. Purascharanam he was doing. Okay. And so, now, extend it to Vishwarupa Darshanam. This is the question for us, in front of us. How am I going to get Vishwarupa Darshanam? So, here is the catch. Am I going to visualize Bhagavan in the form of this world? So that after some time, after some japa, okay, Om Jagannatha Yanamaha Jagat, okay, suppose I do that. Will he appear in front of me? That is the question. For this, we have to convince ourselves that having studied Vedanta for so many years, Bhagavan is there, Pratyaksham, in the form of the world, Vishwarupa, we said, okay, Vishwarupa. So what am I staring at right now, if you ask? I'm staring at the world only. I'm staring at what's in front of me, which is the entire world, really speak. And so, the darshanam is already available. Darshanam is there. But Bhagavan in the form of the world, darshanam may not be there. Darshanam, anybody has that. Who has eyes has darshanam. Who has any sense organs working has the darshanam of the world. But whether the world is Ishvara or not is not. That darshanam is not available. So how do we get that darshanam? If we ask, how it's going to be. So here Vedanta will kick in, obviously. The boy was asking, the mother wanted to teach the small boy. Growing boy, learning so many things. And then, this is gold, she said. This is gold. And then the boy said, no, this is necklace. This is necklace. Illappa, this is made of gold, okay? What are you talking about? This is a necklace. The mother was thinking, how am I going to teach this boy? Correct? Boy is also correct. Mother is also correct. But the mother is a jnani when it comes to gold. She is a Mahan jnani. And Mahatma she is. And Gold Mahatma, Kanchana Mahatma she is. This boy is refusing to understand. Now she has to be the guru. So you know what she decides? She decides to say, come, let's go to the store. Okay. And then she takes him to a fancy store. In India, we call it a fancy store. Fancy store means it has all kinds of trinkets, all wala, this one, people who tie, all the ladies' things are there. And gents also, whatever they want, they will have. But let's assume just jewelry fancy store. So made of plastic and stones and colorful gems, plastic gems, whatever. It's all beautiful looking. So this boy spent some time in the store and he bought some things that he wanted. Still, all these are all this one only. It's all bangles, necklaces, rings, okay, everything. Then she took him to a golden jewelry store, okay, where there are exactly the same things that are there in this fancy jewelry store. It's very obvious because you go inside and it's bangles are there, necklaces are there, rings are there, everything is there. You know what the boy said? Oh my God, this is all gold. Oh my God, this is all gold. No, but just 10 minutes ago you said no, it's necklace, the bangle and all. No, ma, this is all gold. You don't understand. Ah, oh my God, this is all gold. Now, what kind of darshanam this boy had? Until now, he did not have this darshanam. He had this Kanchana darshanam. Okay? He had the Kanchana darshanam. He had it before also, but before he did not know. Now, suddenly, he says, without any introduction also, he got it. Correct? So, this is our Vishwarupa darshan. And how did this boy get it? Did his mother made him sit and meditate, give him a mantra, and said chant 1 lakh times, then you will understand what gold is? No. Gold darshanam has always been there. But that that the lights have to go on in the mind, something has to, the ajnana nivritti has to happen. Kanchana ajnanam has to go. And that is what happened to him. And not even Kanchana ajnanam. Yeah, I suppose, he touches gold. It's not like the boy has not seen gold before. But the boy has no idea that the material with which this is made is gold. And so so that is what we are looking for. It means what? Not that we are saying we should not do dhyanam, we should not do purascharanam. Dhyanam has a definite benefit. We practice dhyanam for what? We practice dhyanam for antakarana shuddhi. This chattering, this mind, restless mind, is just constantly going after things. For a Vedanti, dhyanam is meant to just calm the mind down and then focus on the Shastra. It's very simply put, this is the benefit of dhyanam for us. Because we are not trying to imagine things. White light, red light and all, it doesn't irrelevant for us. There's no need for all that. Already enough lights are there, Bud light, you have one Bud light and then so many lights are already going on in the head. And then on top of that, meditate and then get light. Hey, I can get, without meditating, nice, I can get, why sit for so long and struggle and all. So this purpose of dhyanam is very clear. And so this is the idea. Vishwarupa Darshan. This boy got a portion of the Vishwarupa Darshanam by saying, oh my God, right? So that is what we are after also. And so that is what this chapter is. And not only that, after this boy got Vishwarupa Darshanam, rather Kanchana Darshanam, then did the mother ask him to not forget it? Therefore, every day you have to, in the morning, you have to sit and then meditate on that gold for some time, half an hour, it's good. Meditation is good for all of us. Did the boy do all that? No. He's a young and growing boy. He doesn't need all these things. He got it once means he got it. That's it. Over. It is every parents are meditating on gold, but not the boy. Boy does not have to meditate on gold. He got it, mom. This is what you were trying to tell me, mom. Yes, boy, this is what I want to tell you. That's it, over. No more meditation, nothing needed. Gold meditation is not needed for the boy. Because for the vision, you don't need the meditation. Meditation is needed. By then, the boy was ready. Okay, the mother had readied the boy at home. Readied the boy by giving all the background needed. And readied. Only then the boy was able to understand this. And so the boy was already there, ready. Karma Yoga. Kanchana Karma Yogi he was. Okay. So that the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Kanchana Jnana Yoga, he had the opportunity for the Kanchana Jnana Yoga. Started at home itself. Gold, this, that, and all he heard, and he did not follow that path. So that is our journey here. Okay. And therefore, what did the mother give this boy? Divya Chakshuhu, Kanchana Divya Chakshuhu. Correct? Krishna is going to give Divya Chakshu to Arjuna shortly. Okay, we're going to see that. Divya Chakshu, divine eyes. Divine eyes. They have this 3D movies. I've not seen one. They say they give some goggles at it. I don't know if it's still going on, old technology, new, I don't know. I'm not following it. But if you see it, I think you can see 3D. So that without the goggles, you can't see it. And so like that, Krishna is going to give that Divya Chakshu. That's what he's going to call it. Dadamite. Okay. Divyam Dadamite Chakshuhu, like that he's going to say. And therefore now, this boy's vision of this Kanchanam, is it mysticism? Is it mythology? What is it? No, nothing. It is neither mystical nor mythological, nothing. The vision is vision, period. This boy is a Kanchana Jnani, period. That's it. It's not mystical and all that. That's why it is. Some people convert this whole Bhagavad Gita into mysticism and this and that. Itihasa and Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavan is making a statement of reality here, meant for us to understand. So where is the question of mysticism, mystical and all? The guy who says it is all mysticism or mythology does not know what he's talking about, correct? And so this is very critical to understand. That's why this background, we're spending so much time on this. And so this vision is not new for us. It's already started in the 7th chapter itself. So not new. A new word is being used, Vishwarupa Darshanam, and it has made it so grand that it has that power, impact on us. That's the beauty of this chapter. And they say this what is this man? Oppenheimer, one of the key persons who invented the atom bomb. And they say he quotes some shloka from this, etc. They say. Anyway, so that vision is very impactful for all of us. In fact, even before studying Bhagavad Gita and before knowing anything about Upanishads, we already have this vision. And that vision is expressed by when somebody brings a laddu to your house, bring some sweets, something, some sweet is there. And then you say, thank you, kids can have it. Then you say, I'm just coming from Vaishno Devi temple. This is coming from Vaishno Devi. Suddenly, your language changes. Your whole disposition toward this is not laddu anymore. This is prasad. Prasad. So then definitely a little bit you will have at least. You're not going to reject it because prasad is not to be rejected. And so then the whole vision changes. That's because suddenly now I'm not seeing some material there. I'm seeing a lot more than what is in your hand. Lot more. Hey, Bhagavan has come to my house. This is a fantastic way. I don't know. It's automatic when we grow up in this culture. In America, it may or may not work, but or other countries. But one has to be born in this country to have that attitude. Just you touch a piece of paper, you step on a piece of paper, you step on a book, you hit somebody with your leg by mistake. That's it. Immediately that kicks in, right? That, sorry, wait a minute, what did I do? I should not have done this. Kicks in. And so that vision, it is that vision. Without the knowledge, there is a vision already in us. That's why this Bhagavad Gita becomes easy for us. Easier for us. Let's not say easy for us. Okay, easier. It should be become the concept at least should not be alien for us. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, and so therefore, Devata Darshanam is there. Vishwarupa Darshanam is there. Devata Darshanam is real. It happens. There is a process through which one can get Devata Darshan. Vishwarupa Darshanam is also there. It's cognitive. Devata Darshanam, if we ask, is it Shreyas or Preyas? Suppose I ask. Now, some of you are thinking, what is Shreyas, what is Preyas? But there are very enlightened people.
Prayers.
Prayers.
So, this Yamadharmaraja already introduced it to Nachiketa. Shreyascha, Preyascha. So, Dharmartha Kama versus Moksha. Dharmartha Kama and Moksha. So, that Preyas is called that, is referring to Dharma, Artha or Kama. So, we have to ask this question. Rama Darshanam, which is it Shreyas or Preyas? If it is, I'm tempted to say it is praise. I did not ask this question to myself also. I'm just posing the question in class right now. Because there can be nothing more divine than a darshanam of your Ishta Devata. Okay, Ishta Devata comes to you, means how can you call it praise? How can you call it Kama? It is definitely not Kama. I don't know. It's a tough question to answer, actually. But then, one thing is clear. When Rama comes and goes away, then what happens? Will you be sad or happy? You work so hard for Rama Darshan. Rama goes away. Tyagaraja has to learn to be happy with after Rama goes away also. Shabari has to learn to be happy after Rama leaves also. And that's it. And we don't hear about Shabari after that. No news, no book, nobody talks about Shabari. Only before Rama comes to Shabari's hut, that is all the story. After that, Shabari is gone. No news of Shabari. Why? Because that darshanam, that is the greatest story. That devotion is greatest. Shabari's devotion. So, I should also have that kind of devotion. That's a message from that. But then, Swamiji says, so this coming in Ayaram, Gayaram, this Rama Darshan. Ayaram, Gayaram. Whereas this boy who got the Kanchana Darshanam is not Aya Kanchan, Gaya Kanchan. No, not that. Darshan is there means it is there with me all the time, 24 hours. Here, Rama is not going to appear for 24 hours because he is busy. A lot of Rama devotees are there. Too many people are there. And so he will come and he will ask me what I want. And then some smart people figured out that, I think I should not ask for freedom from death and all that. I want to be free from death. And these people have studied stories enough and said, no, I don't think God will give this kind of stuff. In fact, the guy who was smart and asked the question, I should not die inside the house. I should not die outside the house. I should not die on the earth. I should not die on top of earth. I should not die in the morning. I should not die in the evening. Like this guy who asked this boon and got the boon, died a pretty nasty death. His name is Hiranyakashipu. So we've heard all these things. So smart people will not ask these questions. So best thing is they are smart people will stick to dharmartha kama. Moksha also don't go there because I don't know what moksha is. How can I ask something that I don't know? Please tell me. I don't know what moksha is. I can't ask for moksha. Because suppose I ask for moksha and I end up somewhere and I don't like it, then what will I do? I'm a stupid fellow. You should at least ask what you know. That is why this old man who did not have children, who is a boy, he's the last, he's 90 plus years old, but he's a bhakta. And then so God came in front of him. God came one day, appeared, and what do you want? He said. And God said, you know what? I'm pretty busy. Don't give me a big list of things. You should only say one sentence in your favorite language. Doesn't matter. One sentence. And that sentence should not have this thing and. The word and should not be there in the sentence. Because and means and you can become a big list, So without and, you just tell me one sentence. This guy is smart, even though he's pretty old. He said, Mama putran swarnapatre kshiram pibantaha drashtum ichchami. Drashtum ichchami, he says, I want to see. I want to see. He doesn't say I want this thing. He said, I want to see. What do I want to see? I want to see Pautran, my grandchildren. See, my grandchildren. He doesn't have any children, okay? I want to see my grandchildren. Then what? Kshiram patum pibantaha ichchami. I want to see them drinking milk. Well, see, drinking milk, only a poor people cannot simply drink milk like that. Milk is not, So, then, Swarna Patre, in what kind of tumbler glass he should drink? In golden glasses. I want to see them drinking milk. That means what? In one shot, he got so many things. So that's a smart thing to do. This guy is very smart. I think we all should learn to talk like that. We should memorize a few things just in case God appears in front of us and asks us something. What will we do, So God is going to say tathastu and walk away. Walk away. And I'm left with that experience. Whatever phalam I got it. This is Ramadarshan. Anityam, correct? Anityam. For a Vedanti, you appreciate Nityatvam and Anityatvam. We have to be clear however attractive it is. Nachiketa, Shobhavaha, correct? Whatever I get, fine, I'll be happy for some time. Then what? After that, I may not have time to meditate and there's no more Ramadarshana. Then I have to keep on continuing this Ramadarshana. So, Anityatvam is there. So, this is the thing about Devata Sakshatkaram. Okay? We are not downplaying it. Please don't understand. We are not putting anything down. We are understanding what is what. What is what has to be understood. That's all. And so, therefore, so when I am after Bhagavan, I am now after Bhagavan. I need that Ishvara Darshan. Vedanti wants Ishvara Darshan. Okay? And so, Vedanti is no different. But the person's approach is very different. Approach is very different. Tell me what's what. Bhagavan is the Upadana Karanam also of this Jagat we saw last time when we summarized the 10th chapter. Okay. When Bhagavan is Upadana Karanam, then whole thing changes completely. The whole equation changes. I stop looking upward for God to come. No more looking up. No more sprain in the neck and all that. It's now clear. I don't have to look for God anywhere. That is Ishvara Darshanam. And so I need to, like this boy got the vision, I also want that vision. Correct? The boy is not confused anymore. The guy is clear. Over. Thank you, mom, he says and walks away. That is the vision you are also looking for. That is that Vishwarupa Darshanam, which was started before itself. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi surya yoho. In the 7th chapter itself, Krishna started talking. I am the rasa in all waters, all liquids, and all things that you can taste. I am the taste, etc. Shashi surya yoho prabha asmi. I am the rays of light that are entering, that you see every day. All this he started. And so, in Tamil, we have a song. Bharadiyar wrote a song. Subramanya Bharat. Kakkai Chiriginile Nandalal. So, Kaka means crow. Because ka. So we call ka. I think the word has become kaka. So Kakkai Chiriginile. In the feather, in the wings and the feather of the crow, when I see the crow, hey Bhagavan, hey Krishna, I see your darkness in that crow. The darkness in the crow is you. That's what he says. Okay. And like that, that particular kavita goes like that. And so, this is the background of Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Okay. With that, we have to approach this chapter, that background. So let's chant the next shloka. अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः
अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
मदनुग्रहाय परमम् गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितम् यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम मदनुग्रहाय परमम् गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितम् यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम. Yeah. So begins with Arjuna Uvacha. So again, another chapter that is triggered by a question or a comment by Arjuna, the student, indicating again that this is a samvada. It's going back and forth. It's not a one-way. And because there is a lot to be understood here, and something has to be understood, there's bound to be questions, and which may take a while to clarify also. And so that's the tradition we are in here. And so Arjuna here, in the first 2 shlokas, Arjuna is summarizing what he understood so far. In shloka number 1, he is essentially summarizing the first shatka. First shatka is what? Chapters 1 to 6. He's summarizing that. Second shloka, he will summarize the in the second shatka. 7, 8, 9, and 10. He will summarize. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, how does he summarize the first shatka? He's saying just by one word, Adhyatma Sangitam. That is his summary. Correct? Atma, because Jiva Shatka, right? Okay. Tvampada Vicharaha, So Atma Vicharaha. Okay, so Atma Sangitam, he said. Sanya, in Sanskrit, Sanya means definition. Uh, Sanya is definition. That's the best way to translate Sanya. So Atma Sangitam means what? Called or defined as Atma, Atma Jnanam. Okay, called Adhyatma. Okay, Adhyatma Sangeeta. The Shadka, which is centered on the teaching of Atma, on the teaching of the nature of Atma, Adhi, Ashritya. So that, which is the basis of Brahma, Atma Vidya. Okay, that is what he is saying. He says, that was said, he said, okay, then what? So that is Jiva Swarupa Varnana. Now, we have to go back and look at the shlokas in the second chapter, which talk about this Jiva Swarupa Varnana, right? So, from the 12th shloka in the second chapter, after Asochyam, Anvasochastam, then until 29 or so, it's all about, okay, about the Atma Swarupa. Correct? Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva. Na jayate mriyate. All along I was thinking I was a mortal. No, na jayate mriyate. Oh, so that means what? I'm not the body? Correct, you got it. Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya navani grannati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani. Just like I give up clothes every day and wears new clothes. Like that, the body is like a cloth, like a covering for the Atma. Like a covering. Like that, he introduced, right there in the second chapter, he introduced all these things. Okay? And so that Atma. Okay, and then third chapter also, he talks about the same thing. Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyah param manah manasastu para buddhi yo buddhev paratastu saha. Conclusion of the third chapter. Okay, 42nd or something like that. That shloka will come. And then fourth chapter again, same topic. Karmanya karmayah paschet akarmani cha karmayah. What is the connection between Atma and karma? Because karma is such a big thing for in our lives. Na kaschit kshanamapi jato tishtatya karma kriti. Karyate hyavashah karma prakriti. So there is not even for a second, kshanamapi, a person can remain without doing karma. So what about Atma? Then karmanya karmaya paschet. One who sees actionlessness in action, how much time we spend studying that shloka, and one who sees action in actionlessness, like that we spend. So that's a vision again. It's a vision, obviously. It's meant for understanding. So that is the fourth chapter. Fifth chapter, again, na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhu. Na kartritvam na karmani. There is no kartritvam for Atma. Despite the fact that I have accomplished so many things and I have a lot more to accomplish and I'm constantly busy. Okay. And the person these days, people get retired and retirement can be a period of confusion also. Retired life is supposed to be happy. But because this guy is constantly, he doesn't know, the idea of not doing is not a good idea for him. He is not used to it. Suddenly after retirement, he gets up and he doesn't know what to do. And then finally, after a few weeks, the wife says, I think you should look for a job. Because life is hell for her. For him, we don't know, but for her, it is hell. Because this guy is at home constantly nagging her. And like COVID time, all parents are complaining about children. Children are at home and it is impossible to handle them. Okay. So then fifth chapter, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini. Means what? Many Atmas are there. Okay, Atma I understood. How many Atmas are there? There's only one Atma. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hasti Shuni Chaiva Shwapake. Dog eater's Atma is the same. And Brahmana, the very Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmana. The Brahmana who is very educated, very humble, and all greatest qualities are there. That person also is the same. So like this, Bhagavan Sri Krishna had introduced sixth chapter also. Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam. Sarva Bhutani Chatmani. That Atma, which is there in Sarva Bhuta, in all things, all living beings. Sarva Bhutani Chatmani, in all living beings are, that in which all living beings are. Both ways he is using that. He is introduced that way. Okay. So this is the first 6 chapters summary. Adhyatma Samyam. That is what Arjuna is using. That's the word. Mad anugrahaya yat swaya uktam vachaha. How do we split this? There's a lot of splitting to do here. Mad anugrahaya paramam guhyam adhyatma sangitam is one word. Next line, look at that. Yat swaya uktam. 3 words are there sticking to each other. Okay. Yat swaya uktam. Next, vachaha ten. 2 separate words. Mohaha ayam has to be split also. So madanugrahaya. Next line. Yat swaya uktam. Yat, that swaya uktam, told by you. And for whom? Why did you tell me this? Mad anugrahaya. To bless me. Mera anugrah karne ke liye. So you had compassion towards me. And so you taught me for my sake. Mad anugrahaya. Okay. What did you tell me? Vachaha. Okay. Vachas sakaranta napumsakam. Sanskrit students. Vachaha, vachasi, vachamsi. Like a manas, manaha, manasi, manamsi. Okay. Prathama vibhakti and Dvitiya, both identical forms. Okay. Vachaha, vachasi, vachamsi, vachaha, vachasi, vachamsi. Napumsakam. So vachaha means what? Word. Literal meaning is word or something that is spoken is vachaha. And so tvaya yat vachaha, that which is told by you. Okay. And mad anugraha. Why is that considered as anugraha? Because first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Because this guy was a ball of sorrow. This guy was a ball of confusion. And therefore, Mad Anugrahaya. That it seems to indicate that Arjuna is a little better off now after so many chapters. Okay. He doesn't, at least he is not saying Karpanya Doshopahata Swabhavaha. Those kinds of words he's not using here. So he's following the teaching, etc. And so when somebody is seriously talking, etc., we can assume the person is not very sad, And because if we are very sad, nothing will occur in the mind except that sadness, except the sadness. So based on that, and anugraham means blessing. Pavitra. How do we know it's pavitram? Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. Okay. We should try to connect like that. We can say it is a blessing, okay, but pramanam is there. Bhagavan Krishna gives the pramanam for us. Okay. And so pavitra. And Atma also is pavitra. Both 2 reasons are there. And so then Kidrisham vachaha. What kind of words did Krishna speak? Kidrisham, what kind? Okay. Guhyam. So Raja Vidya Radha Guhyam, of course, we studied that. But Guhyam, secret. It is secret. What can be a secret? That which you keep to yourself. If I keep something to myself and don't open my mouth, then that's a secret. It's there inside me. But sooner or later it will come out. Or it may have some people I can, those who confide, in whom I confide, I can tell them. So and after that, what happens, nobody can guess. And so that is one type of secret. But the greatest secret we already said, right? Greatest secret is what? That which is right in front of my eyes, but I don't recognize, is the greatest secret. Correct? Greatest secret. And so, therefore, Paramam Guhyam. Paramam Guhyam. And in front of my eyes, that we already, Bhagavan told us. What is this? Ascharyavat pashyati kastidenam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Okay, everybody looks at it as a wonder. Ascharya vachaina manya shrunoti shrutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. Even after listening, that person says, it is still a secret. It is still a secret. Even after you told me the secret, I'm still saying it's a secret. How is that possible? That's magic. And so that's magic. And not only for that reason, it is secret. Another reason it is secret is what? It is secret because the people who can teach this are also rare, hard to come by. Manushyan, there also Krishna only, Krishna's words, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatanamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Mam veti tattvataha. Krishna is very clear there. My leelas and all, everybody knows. But tattvataha, in reality, who am I? And kaschin, occasional, that one person knows. Therefore, paramam guhyam. You can appreciate that. Okay? And then what? And then tena, next sentence, look at that. Tena mohaha ayam vigataha mama. Okay? Look at that. Mohaha. Okay, mohaha is what? Delusion. Delusion. Mind delusion. Did Arjuna say he was deluded before? Did he ever mention that?
Sammuda.
Correct. Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. Sammuda. He said that same root, boh dhatu, buddha. Here also moh dhatu. He used the same word, mohaha. And so there it is tap pratyaya, here it is ganj pratyaya for Sanskrit students. Okay, sammuda. So he said, I'm confused. There he said dharma sammuda chetaha. The two kinds of moha are there. What kind of moha? Right, wrong moha. Dharma moha is there. That is also there. Then there is another moha called atma anatma moha. Taking anatma to be atma. Taking body which is anatma as myself, atma, is a moha. Okay. Taking atma to be anatma. Is it possible? Taking anatma to be atma, and we just saw the example. Taking atma to be anatma? Yeah, because atma is ajaha, nityam, but I take atma to be anityam. So atma is taken as anatma, anatma is taken as atma. Both. So it's similar. Finally, the effect is the same, but both kinds of confusion is possible. And therefore, this is the mohaha he's talking about. And then what? I am mohaha, this delusion, mama, this is my moha only. Okay, mama mohaha, vigataha, gone. Arjuna is making, for the first time, is admitting that I am understanding what you've said. Okay. Moha is not completely gone, because later on, the 18th chapter, he will finally say, Nashto mohaha, smritir labdha, and all he's going to say. But clarity is improving. clarity is definitely improving. Okay. So it's a grand statement. Mohaha vigataha, he says. And by what is it, this moha gone? Tena. Tena. By that. By that means by what? Vachaha. By those words that you've been telling all along. Standing in this chariot, those words, okay? Tena ayam mohaha mama vigataha is gone. That's what he's saying. So that's the essence of this mantra, this shloka. And so let's translate this. Arjuna said, Arjuna, watch. Arjun ne kaha. So Hindi, I know a little bit of Hindi, but I don't not good enough to give lectures and all that. It becomes tricky. But I think given a push, I may be able to talk. Some words and all, I have to call Surendra and Anirudh and all, some phone calls if I do and get some words from them. I may be able to put some pieces together, but it'll look ugly. The first few lectures will be very
I think it'll be too pure, Jaykumarji. It'll be
Ah,
too
you
pure
will be
because
too
you
pure,
use
correct.
Sanskrit all the time. It'll be very pure. So people will.
Acha, I see. So, Arjun ne kaha, on account of these words, in baton se or in vakyon se, something like that, I think, right? So, which were taught by you आपसे पढ़ाया gaya, something will come, right? So, which were taught by you, in order to bless me, with the greatest secret known, with the greatest secret known as, within quotes, centered on the self. That is the literal meaning of Adhyatmam, centered on the self, based on the self. Okay. So you have put within brackets knowledge. So how should it work? The greatest secret known as, within brackets, knowledge, centered on the self. Greatest secret known as knowledge centered on the self, comma, this delusion of mine is gone. Okay, let me repeat that. Arjuna said, on account of these words, comma, which were taught by you in order to bless me with the greatest secret known as knowledge centered on the self. You can put that in quotes, comma, this delusion of mine is gone. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.